They said no one betrays the mob and lives to tell the story. But one man did. He broke the code of silence, outsmarted killers, and lived long enough to watch the empire he once served crumble from the inside. This is not just a story about betrayal. It's about survival against an army of shadows. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll question everything you thought you knew about loyalty, power, and the cost of freedom. The man's name was Joseph Valachi, the first insider to publicly expose the American Mafia. Before him, the word Cosa Nostra was whispered, never spoken aloud. After him, it was splashed across every newspaper in America. His betrayal didn't just change the mob, it changed history. Born in East Harlem, New York, Valachi grew up in the tough streets of the Bronx during the 1920s, a time when poverty made crime seem like the only career path. He started small, running with local gangs, learning the art of survival where fists spoke louder than words. By his mid-20s, he had joined the Mafia, specifically the Genovese family, and became a trusted soldier under Vito Genovese himself. For years, he followed the rules: keep your mouth shut, never betray your family, and do whatever it takes to survive. But as the years went on, something changed. The organization that once promised loyalty and protection began to turn inward. Jealousy, paranoia, and greed infected the ranks. When Genovese took over as boss after the fall of Luciano, the mob became more ruthless than ever. And Valachi? He was caught in the middle. In 1959, Valachi was arrested on narcotics charges and sentenced to 15 years in federal prison. That's where the real story begins. Behind bars, surrounded by men who would kill him without hesitation, Valachi's mind began to unravel. Rumors spread that Genovese believed Valachi was a snitch. The Don had allegedly put a $100,000 bounty on his head, more than enough to make any man in prison turn executioner. One day, in a fit of fear and confusion, Valachi killed another inmate, a man he thought was sent to assassinate him. But he was wrong. The victim wasn't a hitman. He was just another prisoner. That single mistake sealed Valachi's fate. He realized there was no going back to the life he once knew. The mob would never forgive him. The only way out was through the trail. In 1963, in front of the United States Senate, Joseph Valachi took the stand and became the first Mafia soldier to publicly reveal the secrets of organized crime. Cameras rolled as America heard for the first time about the Commission, the secret council that ruled over all Mafia families. Valachi described the initiation rituals, the Code of Omerta, and how every major crime family operated like a shadow government. It was explosive. Newspapers called it the Valachi hearings, and overnight he became the most famous mob informant in history. For the first time, regular Americans could see how deep the Mafia's roots ran, from the streets of New York to the halls of political power. But the mob never forgets, and it never forgives. Inside prison, Valachi lived in constant fear. The FBI placed him under protective custody, but even then, he knew death could come at any moment, from a poisoned meal, a shiv in the shower, or a guard looking the other way. He spent the rest of his life isolated, a man without a family, hunted by the people he once called brothers. In 1971, Joseph Valachi died behind bars, not from a bullet, but from a heart attack. Some say it was natural. Others claim he took his own life. The truth? Like so many things in the world of organized crime, it remains a mystery. But Valachi's betrayal didn't just destroy lives, it reshaped the Mafia forever. His testimony gave federal investigators the roadmap they needed to dismantle the Cosa Nostra. The FBI used his insights to launch Operation Donnie Brasco, the commission trials, and a new era of organized crime prosecution. He became the mob's greatest ghost, the man every wise guy cursed under his breath. To the public, he was a hero who broke the silence. To the Mafia, he was a traitor who brought shame to their sacred code. Even now, decades later, the name Joseph Valachi sends a chill down the spine of every old-school mobster, because his story is proof that loyalty in the underworld is an illusion. There are no friends, no family, only survival. He didn't live like a hero, and he didn't die like one. But Joseph Valachi left a scar on the American Mafia that never healed. And maybe that's the greatest revenge of all. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video, because next week we'll dive even deeper into the story of another man who dared to betray the mob and didn't live to regret it.